Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are back to do my mid-month check-in in every dollar. I hope you all are doing super fantastic this Sunday morning. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing below. Yeah, I'm in every dollar. I'm going to classify all of my transactions that I've had processed so far this month. What I do in every dollar is everything that crosses my account. So if you're hearing a constant sighing and you're like, what is the problem? It's because of the things that are going down with Ramsey Solutions and stuff. And I have been using this app since 2017. So my first budget was created in July 2017 in here. So I did do a little research, a little digging, not a lot, to see what was going on with the Chris Hogan thing and the company itself. Because, see, like I told you guys in my weekly check in, I already knew that there was kind of like this moral thing with the company. And it was built into its structure and how they ran the business. Was it a company that I would go work for? No. I am human. I make mistakes. And I don't want to be somewhere where I feel like I have to, even in my private life or stuff that I may be doing, am answering to the company. But on the flip side, I work for a company where the behavior I exhibit online is considered a reflection of them. So that's why I steer clear of certain topics. I'm not doing the most. I do certain things. So that's what makes all this difficult, because there's my beliefs, my basic beliefs. And then there's understanding from an industry, I can't even say the word, industry perspective. There's a way of behaving. And when you're in the financial industry, they do expect you to be honest. They expect you, and that's honest in everything, not just with the money, but in the way you deal with your relationships. And so if you do have scandal, you tend to get shown the door. Is it right, wrong? It just is. Because I know, like, what I read about Chris Hogan, I wouldn't trust him with my laundry quarters, knowing what I know now. But would I like to see somebody lose their job? That's a whole nother thing. Because even though he was divorced, he still had kids he had to take care of. And then my logical side says, well, he knew about all that. So it's conflicting. But for me, personal, this is the free version of Every Devil. I'm sorry if I shook the desk. I just hit my hand. Um, I'm using the free version, so they're like, try it for free up here. And that's normally like some kind of promotion thing if I want that. But I used to pay for it. The last time I paid for this app was like February 2019. So financially, I don't really add any kind of support to them. So let me change the plan amount for my cash envelopes. I'm just classifying stuff and just running my mouth, y'all. I know I run my mouth all the time. But that's what makes all of this hard for me. It's because it's like, I like this help, man. I had to change my processes and I'm not good with change, but I ain't crying though. I want some stuff for myself. And I know you guys have been saying, try to budget mom. I've seen Snow Garden 307 or 807. 307. It's one of those numbers. I hate that I can't remember anything. I've seen Lisa Marie use it and Tasha from Mind Your Money use it. So I have thought about it, but in order to have it, I have to take some money out of my cushion to pay for it. I'm already going to use some of my because what do I have in my clothing fund? I have $93.81 in my clothing fund. I am going to use some of that to buy myself some body butter, because your girl is itchy magoo right now. And that is my psoriasis. Not psoriasis, I have eczema. I'm just giving myself ailments. But yeah, it's acting a complete fool. And if you saw my legs right now, it looks like I have bites all over my legs. But it's really in the night I'm scratching in certain spots. So I got blotches all over my legs because my skin is super dry. So I just classified my rent. This month I paid $989.90. I couldn't post my rent payment online. I had to go to Kroger and then they gave me some change off. They charge you like $3.95 online. And then with the regular payment, so it ends up being $990.95. And but when I went to Kroger, it was $989.90. And so I'm like, oh my God, save $1. And it's like, girl, you know you ain't gonna do that for no dollar. I'm not gonna do it all the time. But that's what I had to do. So that's why it's different. My rent is different this month. And so let's go down and categorize my insurance. But I do hear, you guys, I do hear the thing with that, with Ramsey Solutions and the lawsuit. Because to me, Chris Hogan and him getting terminated, it's like this. When I walk into a company, they have a code, right? I have a manual and it's online and they're always talking about certain things. I know, okay, I'm too old to say I don't know. I know what's expected, what I can and cannot do. If I have questions, I know who to go and ask. That's where I'm putting Chris. It's like, what the hell? Excuse my language, but God, dog, man, you cutting up. What's going on? But that's not for me, when it comes to that. I feel like there was a rule. He routinely broke it. And that was a consequence for it. Now the person who lost her job when she revealed that she was pregnant to her manager, that is wild. That is wild. And out of wedlock, you know, dealings. I'm trying to find nice words for this. But out of wedlock dealings, I'm like, what does that got to do with the company itself? Did something bad happen? And so here's the thing. My coworker who told me about this stuff, when she told me about this stuff years ago, you guys, I was just like, I was just kind of like, so what? Like I would not work for the morality police. I don't want to be anywhere where, like I'm going to be judged because I'm a single mom or I got pregnant or, like out of wedlock and stuff. I don't want to work nowhere like that. But I do understand that sometimes people feel like the money is good and it was a good idea at the time, and then bad things start to happen, and then this starts to happen. Somebody starts judging you and whatnot. It's difficult. Yeah, I get that. But that's a little bit too much for me because I remember when I listened to Dave Ramsey podcast, who was bringing up that, was it a survey or something that was done like back in the 90s, and it was found out that you were more than likely to, and this is from my order from Caffeinated Kate that I had the extra shipping put on, for use FedEx instead of USPS. But there was this finding the likelihood that you would end up in poverty if you, let me add $60 per paycheck for each of my sons. My two paychecks. Did I say that? But the likelihood of you ended up in poverty. So to terminate somebody that just says that reveals that they're pregnant and they're pregnant out of wedlock, is that not contributing to making that true? Like I don't understand the logic in that. And being that I was a single mom, and yes, I was divorced and stuff. I still don't look down my nose on other people who aren't married. Crap happens. And I do enough dumb stuff all on my own. I don't need to be thinking about and judging other people. So there's all of that. And that's what's swirling around in my head right now. It is, it's all those things. And then it's like, what am I going to do? I have to find some stuff. And then what am I going to do from there? You know, how do I get my history? Can it do what this does for me? So it's just a thing. So the 445 is for my cash envelopes. Oh, look at me, all uppercase, angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry at all. Oh, and I can't spell. Great. I'm not angry. It's just it's a choice. And so I need to think. I need to think about that. And so I hope I didn't bring you all down. And I did hear about the budget mom and stuff, and I've seen it being used. I think I'm repeating myself right now. I need to go to bed. Um, and so I may take some money out of my cushion for that. What y'all think about that? Hmm? Hmm? Let me stop being antagonistic. So it's groceries, household, laundry, and personal. But yeah, it's a lot of things that I need to consider. Yeah, I may not be able to make a move all at once because things like this have all my stuff. And I have adapted to it like super, super well. And I got my little system. And I'm a person that doesn't really care for change. As y'all probably like, oh, we know. We know. So for groceries, I took out $300. Household, I took out 50. I still need to go and check my stuff. My son asked me for something, I forgot. $45. Went bed shopping with him today. And the only reason why I did is because he worked all night and then got his hair cut. So didn't have a lot of sleep. So I'm like, oh, I'm driving, buddy, because I like to see my kids. I actually like them. They're actually pretty cool. But what I did was I just split that one 445 transaction across all of my cash envelopes. So you can't split your bills and stuff if you want to. So let's say you got one transaction and you spent it in a grocery shop, but you know like $20 out of that was for, so the total transaction is $100. You spent that in a store like Walmart, and $20 was your personal stuff. So you can choose the different categories in here and then put 20 in one, 80 in another. But yeah, so I did want y'all to know that $1.88 left at my personal. But yeah, I'm going to get me some body butter. I'm taking that out of my clothing sinking fund because my skin can't handle it. And I think I'm going to move some money from the cushion to set aside. With $60 probably do it? I'll do 60. I'll track that. And I'm gonna add that in as income. Move from cushion. Just in case I decide to buy whatever budget system I decide to buy. Budget mom. I think she has TBM. And so I'm gonna put that up here in my income. So that way I know specifically what that money is to be used for. Not for cookies, not for ice cream, all those things that I want. 60. $60. There. But yeah, so I'm gonna put some money aside. So if I do decide to get the Budget Mom workbook, I'll just go ahead and get it because that'll be the easiest transition as far as my paper process. The online process is something else. But yeah, I don't. I have my feelings about stuff when it comes to, like what happens between a married couple. To me, that's their business. I don't want to be the judge and jury on that. I don't sign up for that. I don't want it. I am not perfect. So, but seeing and knowing that people are getting terminated because of their bedroom things. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm quite sure somebody can explain it to me, to help me understand, but I don't understand why that is anybody's business but that person. And I feel like, like with the whole thing, with the survey information that DR has, he knows the likelihood of that person having to live in poverty because of that choice. So it's like, it is the I don't want this associated with my company a higher priority than that? Like, what's going on? It's like, if the work is fine, what is the issue? Or or was there something else included in that whole thing? Um, And the interpretation is, you fired me right after I told you I was fired, but something's off with the way that I work. My work performance was never up to par. He's strict. I had heard him talk on his radio station, not the radio station, but the podcast, which is a recording from the radio station. But anywho, I heard him talk. And I mean, I was like, you're kind of arrogant, because if a person put in their notice, he was like, "Oh, well, I just tell them leave. Since your spirit has left your body, might as well leave too. So you don't work out that leave, that notice that you put in." And I'm just like, what? You do this all the time, and you take that as a rejection, and it's like, oh, nobody knows so much that they can't be replaced. And I'm like, oh well. It's little things like that, that always. And probably the last time I listened to a podcast from Ramsey Solutions was probably May of 2019. That's when I started this YouTube channel, because the channel took so much out of me, as well as my full-time job. And I can't remember when I got the promotion, but it might have been around the same time. So work just went kabloom. And then I had the side hustle, and then I started the channel and all this other stuff. So I just didn't have time, and I wasn't listening anymore, um, because I don't feel like everything's one size fits all. I believe that we all get to choose. You can give me all the advice you want to. What I'm going to do when I take that advice is, what can I use and what parts don't suit me? And that's what I'm going to do. And the parts that I can easily implement, I'm going to do it. The parts that I can't, I ain't going to do it. And I'm going to know why. I'm going to be able to articulate and tell you why. So that's how I feel about DR. That's how I've always felt about that. I don't do everything to the letter. Y'all know that. I'm not legalistic. And I don't judge people for not being legalistic about any and everything. Um, I like rules. I like to break rules too. So that's why, like, I have decisions to make, and I am praying over it, but I want to make sure I got your content up for Sunday. Um, Still waiting on my package. I'm having a problem with everybody. But yeah, this is why I like brick and mortar. This is why I like going in the stores. I walk in, I grab what I want, I come out. I don't have to wait on stuff like this. I'm not good at this. But anywho, thank y'all for watching and listening to me ramble. You can tell I need some sleep. I will be taking off April 2nd, so I will be sleeping all day. So if you would like to drop by and bring me some food, I would appreciate that. No, I'll probably tell my kids to pick me up something. But anyway, thank y'all for listening to me. Thank y'all for understanding my position in all of that. Um, I'm not a harsh critic on most people. A lot of times I've already formed a judgment about certain things. I just don't share it, because I don't know. I just don't. I don't share it. I don't I don't want to build myself up and tear somebody else down at the same time. Haven't had enough experience with people doing that to me. I don't do it to other people. So, with that, I am going to sign off, because for some reason I'm getting emotional about that. And I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Bye.